So what up, God? I ain't heard from you.
Yo, the fuck is up with y'all, man?
What up?
You know how it is, man.
What's up, man?
Sparring minds. Wow.
Yo, I'm gonna pop a few edibles, man, while we on here, just to really. You know, man. I'm just saying, you know, if I'm a little leery throughout the show, like, just hold me down, dog. Hold me down, okay?
So what's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis doing up there?
Yo, you gotta relax. Yo, come on, man. Grown man bars, dog. Grown man bars.
Oh, that was hella clever, little.
Yo.
I'll give it to you.
Boys,
I can always appreciate a great fedora though.
Yeah.
Male or female.
Yeah. I like women in hats, by the way. I think that's a dope look.
Yeah.
Most women don't, you know, it's a mature look. I'm here for it. I dig it.
And shout out to Reese's Marvelous Hats, black owned.
Shout out to Reese's Marvelous Hats, absolutely.
She used to be strictly online and would deliver to you, but now she has a brick and mortar out in Stoughton.
I bought the book.
Oh yeah.
She did just write a book too. Yeah.
Yep.
So
good people. Shout out to Reese.
Good quality.
Carla and Jeff Smith.
Yeah. Good quality.
Now, guys and girl hats or just women?
Everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Guys and girls. Yep.
Yo, listen, crazy hat collection, like crazy.
Yeah,
insane.
I don't wear hats, so I'm not. That's not my thing. But my mom's likes fedoras, and I've gotten her a couple from there, and she loves them. Good quality.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
man,
that's what's up, man. I gotta check them out.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. They're right there in Stoughton too. All right.
Right there.
Yep. So, fellas, man, it's Spar Minds. We're back. It's been about 5 months. It feels like forever.
5 months.
Beginning of November. Yeah. Beginning of November, December, January, February, 4.
That's crazy.
Close. I was close.
Yeah, he was.
I was close. But like, let's not act like we've just been sitting on our thumbs either, though. Pause. That was kind of crazy. Like,
yeah, very, very. Yeah.
Sit on our hands. You know what I meant. I'm just saying, like, it's been a lot going on the last time we left off. When we left off, we announced a network, right? That we got going on, the Sparring Minds Network. It's been going on. And there's been a lot of things with that, kind of like behind the scenes. We've all had our hands in, been intricate. Everybody's kind of like, you know, played vital roles in some of this stuff. Turnbuckle Talk, which at the end of season 10 felt like we were in the dark about it. We kind of didn't know. And Turnbuckle Talk is actually out right now. You can check it out exclusively on YouTube. The golden era of wrestling, man. So seeing that we got 3 out of the 5 people. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to EJ. I'm not gonna say what they call you on the show. That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm not gonna say
wow.
No, it's a little too wild, but you my dog. But let's talk about Turnbuckle Talk real quick, man. Like this is a product that I'm super excited about because I was a major wrestling fan. So please, you guys, Capo, who is like the reality around the
mastermind behind the whole thing.
Ringmaster behind it. So Capo, let's talk about Turnbuckle Talk. It's finally here, baby.
It's great, man. So salute to everybody who's been supporting that. We're getting a lot of organic support on that too. So just salute to the YouTube community on that. Right? We kind of went a different direction with that product. And it was really just a passion project for us, right? It was really fun. A lot of us just really like it. We do it on our off time, you know what I mean? So the chance to get around and talk about those early 80s wrestling days, it was long overdue, you know what I mean? And it's just a really, really fun product. 2 episodes have been released. Those come out every week on Tuesday or Thursday, I think. I can't remember the date those drop. Pardon me, that's pretty bad, but they do drop weekly on YouTube. We are currently shooting season 2 right now. So yeah, I mean that's a fun product, man. Just if you're a Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Golden Era, those 80s. If you're a fan of that, man, check it out. We'll throw the link on the webpage, man. So I mean,
definitely have me reliving my little childhood and whatnot. Definitely.
Your boy is the current champ right now. 2 in a row.
Until I come back, and then we can sit here and we can come do this.
Yeah, I like that. I like that kind of.
A lot of people don't know the wrestling knowledge that guys have. Like we've actually expanded the cast for this season, and added a couple others. So you'll see a lot of different faces shuffling in and out, just to give you guys some ideas and different points of views and different knowledge. Like between B Fluke and EJ and now the newer guys that we've added. I don't want to release their names just yet, but
okay. Hold on.
You basically have an encyclopedia of wrestling knowledge from the golden era. So
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I know from the times that I've shared it and told people about it, guys were like, "Yo, word!" Like there was some excitement around it. Like people that didn't hear about it was excited to hear about it. So I'm definitely really excited about Turnbuckle Talk. Glad it got to fruition. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Wizard. Shout out to the Wizard. You know what I mean? Who's a busy guy. Who's a busy guy these days. So shout out to the Wizard. You know, for handling that. We got Hightower over there, been working on something behind the scenes. So do we want to talk about the Femme Freaks frequency? Short for frequency. So we want to make sure we clear on that.
Yeah. You have another project in the works. Feminine frequencies, aka Femme Freaks. We are targeting an April launch. But I'll leave it there. I don't want to spill too much. But yeah, we're working also. Got some things cooking.
Okay, that's what's up.
And little, you know what I'm saying? In the midst of all of this stuff going on, with you being in Sparring Minds, being in Turnbuckle Talk, you actually still find time to do season 2. What's so Grove Hall is popping off Sunday.
Actually, this Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, the season debut of season 2 of Grove Hall pops off this Sunday, little. So do you want to like talk about it? Some insight on what people can expect this season?
Well, this season coming up, we have a lot more guests coming on. We're gonna, we got a couple spin-offs from last season. We'll venture into, the point guards again. Land of the Giants with the bigs and the wings and stuff like that. But it should be exciting. It should be real good. We got a lot of great guests coming on. Actually, starting this week. Actually, to tell you the truth. So
Shout out to the good brother Kari Rulick, who was nice enough to allow us to come to his Black Coaches Classic tournament that he had at Madison Park. We were able to sit down and talk to a number of coaches on the high school level, on the college level, good friends of ours that we know. So that was super dope to kind of sit back and talk to them. So shout out to Dre, shout out to Sleep, Joe Chat. And actually, it's funny, two of the coaches that we interviewed that they're actually playing right now at Madison. So Lynn Tech and they used to be, they were the Burke, but now they're the Albert.
The Holland.
The Holland school. So they're actually playing right now. But yeah, that was a super dope time. So shout out to Kari Rulick.
And shout out, some of the award winners, Al Ski, and Mike Rubin. They played a big part in high school basketball, just basketball altogether. So shout those guys out.
Yeah, those are definitely some legends. Definitely some legends in the game. So yeah, man, super excited about season 2. It's actually coming out on the day that Biggie passed away, which is crazy.
But don't we have something exciting with the narrator part just coming up this season?
So after last season, we've been looking for a moderator to join the show. So I know we have some. I don't want to give too much away about that, but we'll be kind of doing a trial and error kind of thing with our moderators this season. So kind of see how that works, have some fun with it. But yeah, super excited about season 2 of Grove Hall, which it's been like it was like the high five for a second before it kind of came into fruition because Capo had his foot on our necks for about a good two years at least.
Something like that, yeah.
At least 2-3 years he had his foot on our necks about it. So
it's a great product. Really, it's a great product. So I'm glad you guys are doing it. You can see the reception you're getting. So
right. Well, again, we want to shout Payne out because Payne with Heart Boxing really was instrumental in getting this going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Payne, you wrapped up season 2 of Heart Boxing as well during our time off. Do you want to talk about that? Anything could we expect for season 3? Because Heart Boxing season 2, man. Again, if you haven't watched it, go on YouTube. Go on iHeartRadio. Heart Boxing is definitely one you want to check out. So, Payne, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we got some things on the horizon for Heart Boxing for season 3 coming up. A lot of people, and we've heard y'all. I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff, and not like personal stuff. Don't think something's wrong, but people have been asking us for updates. So I'm working on getting update videos from people that have been on the show in the past 2 seasons. Season 2, all 4 dates that we've sent people on have come back with great responses. Like everybody had a good time. There was good results. And it helped them step outside their box, which is the mission statement of the show. So we're doing what we're supposed to do. But my sister Nia, shout out to Nia Grace or Nia Hyman.
Grace.
She's I believe Daryl's is opening back up soon. So we may have another date spot. I gotta sit down and chat with her and Val about
that.
Okay. That's what's up.
We'll see what happens. And also I spoke with Little earlier on something, and there will be merch coming. It'll be couples merch to start with, but you guys definitely want to get in on that. So keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Shirts are definitely dope.
Yeah, definitely. Well, how's everybody been though throughout this break, man? It again feels like a long time with the network and all that stuff. So how's everybody been personally and all that? Everybody's been good. Like the year's kind of starting off kind of crazy, but how's everybody been just from a personal standpoint? Capo? We can go around the room.
I'll kick it off, man. It's been an interesting 12 months to say the least, and you guys know what's been going on in the background, but we're coming up on a year since I made that announcement to you guys, and things have been kind of high and low about it, but I think we're nearing the end, but we'll see how that goes. But outside of that, things have been great, man. I got you guys, I got some new things on the horizon around me, so things have been good, man. Can't complain.
Word up, Payne.
What's up?
Yeah, things have been good. In 3 short words, I can sum it up. Toddler's a terrorist. The little guy's walking now, so he's touching everything he can get his hands on. Everything must go on the floor. It cannot be on the floor. It cannot be on the table if it's in his reach. So, yeah. So, that's all I've been doing, keeping up with him. And, there's something else I want to get into that I was dealing with, but I'll do that on the other side just to share that with you guys.
All right.
Okay. Capo?
Yeah, I think you guys know about how happy I've been on a personal level for the last 14 years, right? Like I kind of really put myself strategically in a space to be just happy with life. Like I just want to be happy. Like I just want to be smiling, do the shit I care about. That's it, right? And by the grace of God, and I was able to marry the right person and have some things fall my way, and so that's been real tremendous for me, right? And I think there was just one thing that was really missing in my world, that was really going through some real challenges that we didn't speak about. We just kind of kept it as a God got it, and at some point it's going to figure itself out. And when it does, life will be great again. Life will be 100% whole, right? So I lived those past 14 years, and it's been smiles and bubbles, right? And then January of this year, that one missing piece came back.
Right. Word up.
Yes, sir.
And, so if I was happy before, I can't even explain it now. So 2025 is going to be an exceptional year for me on a personal level. We've already attacked a lot of the professional goals I have, making movies and all these kind of different things. We've done all that, right? But when you have a emotional gap, when you have a hole in your heart that you don't really acknowledge, right? Because Black men, we don't acknowledge that, right? So now that we're in a space where this whole story is coming together the way it's supposed to, it's an amazing time. So we're gonna celebrate 25 like it's gonna be crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Major.
Absolutely. Little.
I mean, I just been busy. I mean, we've been busy. I mean, Grove Hall, we've been doing a lot with the Grove Hall thing, behind the scenes. A few things with Sparring Minds, I mean, we just had, the video game challenge, and, of course, Street Fighter 2 came out on top. So, but, I mean, the past couple of months, I mean, up and downs. I have a grandson now. So, matching grandson to granddaughter now. So, making me feel a little bit older. I actually see my grandson actually today for the first time since he's been born. So that was actually, a good thing and whatnot. That's a big kid. That's all I got to say already. That's a big kid. Work is work. I'm just happy to be back. I've been kind of distant from a lot of people. I've been distant, even from you guys, to tell you the truth, for the most part. Charles called me maybe 2 weeks ago, like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, "No, what's up? Yo, I ain't heard your voice in a while. Like we used to have these calls, and then we talked about a couple other personal things, and I sat back and I still needed my time and stuff like that. But I sat back and I thought about that. Like that all meant a lot, and whatnot. So I'm glad we're going to be talking about what we're talking about today. Because definitely need you guys. Y'all are my bros. Y'all are always going to be my bros, and that's just what it is. So it's great to be back. And ready for action. Right?
Yeah. Definitely. It's been a trying time. I'm trying not to get too emotional because my uncle passed away. And went to his funeral a week ago.
Yeah.
So 2025 has been kind of starting off kind of rocky as far as it's been a lot of death.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is it's just feels like it's been just never ending. As far as that, but to Little's point, I thank God for you guys, like just the brotherhood that I know. At any time I could call each and every one of you guys on a personal level to be like, "Yo, what's up?" And guys will check in, or guys would check in with me while I was going through this time. So I definitely appreciate you guys. But yeah, just trying to flip and look more onto the positive side of things. Yeah. The cooking classes have been going really good. I got 3 that I'm doing a week now. I just left Madison tonight, so I got Madison on Fridays. I got thank you, Danae. I got Madison on Fridays. I got the Armburger on Thursdays, and I got the Dorchester House on Tuesdays. So I'm really busy with that. And that's one thing that kind of keeps me going with the balance of like everything else is going on. So I'm not focused too much on the negativity or the depths, and trying to look at the depths in a positive way, right? To look at how my uncle being a great man, how that influenced me, impacted me. You know what I'm saying? Like for the person I want to be, because When I tell you funerals in the South, first of all, they're so different because
very different.
It's all in one swoop. Like it was literally his funeral was at the church, the grave site's right outside, and then there's a hall down for the repast right there.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving off the church lot for anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's like South Carolina.
That's where it was at. It was in South Carolina. You know what I mean?
That's like South Carolina, man.
So it was dope to have that moment. My daughter was with me, so I got a chance to show her some of her other relatives that passed that she didn't know about. She got a chance to meet like all of her cousins. Like I've never been in a setting where all of my cousins, my mom's, my aunt's kids were all in one setting at one time. Yeah. That's the first time that ever happened. It's unfortunate it's funerals that kind of happens with, but that was like, again, trying to spin the positive side of it, right? And just look at it from that standpoint. I got a chance to take a picture with most of my cousins who I haven't seen in years, and my daughter got a chance to meet them. So it was super dope on that level. But it's been tough, but just like I said, balancing it out. I got my Sparring Minds brothers here. That's always got my back. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. But I thank you guys for the support and everything. We got each other's back all the time, no matter what happens.
100%.
Nobody, the family feuds, whatever the case may be, it's all love regardless. It's all love. Literally.
All love.
And you can go on Prime and actually check that out too. Shameless plug. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, did you say Prime?
I actually did say Prime. You know what time it is? Season 11, baby.
Oh shit!
Hey yo, don't that white, no muzzle. Sparring Minds live every Friday. Let's go. Look, it's Sparring Minds. If you don't know the name, look us up. You know it's all facts when you got Chef Maine cooking up a couple of brothers who know all about the struggle. Black excellence. You know we just work hard and hustle. Whenever you want that urban talk, you know we keep it real. Mr. Maritime on the mic. Yeah, you know the deal is real life. Hotel High Tower bringing you the feel. DJ Payne keep it 100. Matter of fact, keep it a mill. Let's go.
Shout out to D White, man. Because I tell you, that never gets old. I can
never gets old, man.
Like, that never gets old. It's you have the conversation. I mean, it's like the Power song, the first one, not the Trey Songz one. The original Power song. You know what I mean? So we're back here. You Payne, good catch. You see, I threw the alley oop on the Prime. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what season 11 is all about. It's all about the prime of your life, just being in the prime, everything related to that, you know what I'm saying? And that's, I want to get back to that, right? Because I miss us having our conversations where it would be kind of like, barbershop kind of things where we would sit back and just kick it. The only thing the difference is we just on camera, you know what I mean? So it's like our mancation trips to a degree, you know what I'm saying? So, just wanted to talk about that prime. And
so are we in our prime right now?
That's a good question. That's a good way to start that off, Little. I mean, like, let's wrap it up.
Depends on who you ask.
Because I'm just trying to figure this out, because after the prime, everything goes downhill from there.
Is that true?
There's an overarching thought that men in their 40s, you should be in the best place you've ever been financially, right? There's an overarching thought that men in their 40s should be in the best place they've ever been emotionally. And there's an overarching thought that men in their 40s should be in the best place they've ever been mentally. So if mentally, emotionally, and financially, you are in your prime, hey man, you're in a good space. You're in a good space. And I think I'll speak for myself. I am absolutely in my prime in all of those areas. Now, my left knee, that's a different kind of conversation, right? But those three, mentally, emotionally, financially, the best I've ever been. And that's a good place.
Word up.
Yeah, I think I have to co-sign that one, man. When you look back, hindsight's 2020, and when you see where you were, where you came from, what you endured, what you came out of, and then where you're standing today, you know what I mean? It definitely puts things in perspective, and I'm definitely checking all 3 boxes now too. So I would say I'm in my prime now as well. So that's what's up.
I would like to know how y'all are financially in y'all prime in this damn economy. That's what I would.
That's what I want to know. Yeah, because I was like, I'm checking a lot of those boxes, but man, I like more money in my life.
Nah, but I feel the same way. I had a couple of struggles the past 2 years before now, emotionally and mentally, but fought through those, and I'm on the other side now. So yeah, and I feel like I've been in my prime for a long time, anyways. Not physically, because I can't jump to conclusions at this point. Never mind.
See, I knew if anybody would always find a way to keep us light and even kill, it's always gonna be pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, little.
Like that's what you said. Little.
Yeah.
Little what?
No, I'm saying, did you go next? I'm sorry. Did you speak already?
Well, I thought I already went. I mean, I'll go again if that's what you want. But well, maybe I might have overlapped somebody. I might have jumped in. You know how I do.
Look at Capo.
Yeah, you know how I do. But nah, I can use a lot more money. But other than that, I'm getting there. I feel like, yeah, I think I am in the prime of my life. There's certain things I still got to work on. I'm still trying to mend some relationships, and so my mental ain't all the way there like that. But we're getting there.
And I think when I mention finances, right, it's not the calculation of. That's a different conversation, right?
You just gotta be comfortable.
Like that, income versus expenses is different than you being in a place in your career where you're happy and hopefully you're making as the most money you've ever made. Like you sat on your raises, you've gotten new career changes, and you've increased your salary. But listen, when you got women at home, your expenses are going to be a little bit different, right?
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Without a
You're
doubt.
still putting yourself in a place where your income should be the best it's ever been in your life because you've taken those steps from your 30s to your early 40s. Nah, I need a new job that's paying me more now, or I've been with this job and they give me a raise every year, so now I'm at the best. It's one of those two kind of situations you find yourself in, but you should be at your best right now.
Yeah, right. Like I definitely am right now because when I think about where I was 10 years ago or 7 years ago before I bought this house, like I was working 3 jobs. I don't have to do that at this point.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like I can just do overtime with my one job if it's available. But and then to think back to when I worked at Citizens Bank.
Yeah.
Worst job ever. I don't know how any of us survived. Anybody that worked there at the time I worked there, I don't know how any of us survived on what they paid and how they treated us.
How do you work at a bank and they ain't paying you? That's some shit.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
The people that work in the bank don't got no money.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Love how y'all call us an expense.
It's absolutely.
Yes. You kept women are definitely an expense.
Absolutely an expense.
Let me add on because I didn't get a chance to speak. I definitely feel like I'm in my prime right now. There's definitely, when I look back at where I was even 2 years ago before I started this newest job as to now, like I'm definitely in a much better place. I'm seeing that credit score go the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like it's just I'm more purposeful and more intentional with things and how I'm spending money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely in a great place as far as that goes. So
and real quick on that, Chef, I want to give you your flowers for that because I watched that journey unfold as we all did as a contingent, right? Yep. And there was a time when you weren't there and you were kind of doing some different kind of things to try to make things meet, and and you You started listening to grown man bars. You see what I mean?
We had an amazing conversation walking around Franklin Park one day. You and I, for at least an hour and a half, we were on the phone.
You niggas walked through Franklin Park for an hour and a half?
No. I walked. He was on the phone with me. We was on the phone.
I was on the couch for sure. But
I was about to say because
No.
Couple's
not doing that. Couple's not doing that.
Listen, no credit to me there. I love to see where you felt there was a need for growth. You felt there was a need for improvement, right? And then took the steps to say, I'm tired of talking about improvement. I'm tired of talking about what I want to see. Let me go chase that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what's up. And now you've done a lot the last 2 years, man.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Love y'all. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Appreciate it. No, definitely, man. Like I said, it's a tribute to the company I keep, you know what I'm saying? My circle, you know what I mean? And just again, you know, the beauty of this conglomerate that we have is that we're able to be extremely honest with each other, even when the other may not want to hear it. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing I can truly respect about you guys, that you guys will always, especially Capo, will definitely. I'm just saying he's the one. That's my cancer brother.
Yeah, he's the one.
He's the one that will.
No, he definitely is.
Will tell you and hold you accountable. And everyone needs a friend like him, because that's the guy that's gonna have you like, no, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what's going on?
And exactly how you would say it too.
Like,
I've been a recipient of that very quote.
And I also, so I already know.
No, but none of that matters if we don't have a relationship where we can talk freely, right? Like, I'm just a loudmouth nigga, right? But if me just talking and you guys being, and listen, I've gotten it from Pain as well. I've gotten it from everybody in this group of like, okay, listen, like on the other end, you keep talking about this shit, but what do you? Okay, so now it's like, okay, well, let me show you, because I want the respect from everybody here. You see what I'm saying? Right. And sometimes respect is garnered by me taking steps. Yeah, always taking steps. You see what I'm saying? You know, Sammy talks all the time about this, you know, a lot of the shit I'm going through, it's kind of crazy, but he's taking steps towards betterment. Hey man, you as a man, and that's a lot of Sparring Minds listeners, a lot of this season is gonna talk about grown man shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how grown men are expected to move, you know? And so stay locked in for that, because I think these kind of conversations are really important. But I think Sammy, again, Payne, Hightower, Chef, these guys, far more than me, do a lot of walking towards their things. They have predefined goals and things they need to get done, and they're driving towards that on a daily basis, hourly. It's incredible. Love to have them in the circle, because listen, it just gives me a great story to watch, and everybody here knows all of our stories, and when watch people take tremendous steps towards achieving their goals, man, I'm here for it.
Right. So let's talk about that. Then let's talk about the importance of these kind of relationships, right? Not just amongst us, but just, you know, obviously the five of us have our own personal other set of friends that we may have that come across. So let's talk about the importance of relationships and connections at this age in our life. Like how important are these relationships to have? I mean, Hightower was a big component on talking about relationships, developing all that type of stuff. But at this age, at this prime age, like how important are they to have friends and people in your life that hold you accountable, keep you on point, not just tell you, you know, the things that you want to hear, right? But tell you some shit that you don't also, you know what I'm saying? So let's just talk about the importance of those kind of relationships right now at this stage in our life, so we can wrap it around the room. I'll start with Little, go up to Capo, Payne, and end it off with International.
Dang, you want to start with me?
Yeah,
how important are those relationships? I mean, well, you know, for me, for me, it's a little bit of a challenge,
Right.
because if I'm seeing my fellows doing well, I want to do that same thing. I want to do well. So I'm watching their steps. I'm watching how they go about things, and that way I can be there. So it becomes like, for me, like, just being admirable to certain people and whatnot. I admire you guys.
Yeah. Same.
Pause.
Yep. There's no
You
pause.
know,
There's no pause there.
There's no pause
well,
in that, bro. That's what.
and then you guys are also, having friends like you guys. You guys talk me off ledges. You know, you'll have Capo here, of course. I don't even know why I'm calling Capo. That's your word. This motherfucker here. I have this motherfucker in my ear. Like I said, we used to speak almost every morning. So, hey, Sam, what are you doing? What are you doing to better yourself? What are you doing? Like, he was like my drill sergeant, on life and whatnot. So it's like, all right. So, but sometimes I have to tune him out because it's a little too much. I got to show him that I'm doing what he's actually speaking of. And I have no problem saying, I listen to other people to do better for myself. And so, it is what it is. Pain checks up on me, or, he'll come around, I mean, we're probably most distant out of the five of us, but, Pain's always, he'll give me good advice if I was to ask for it. If I ask for certain things, if he has it, he'll give the shirt off his back.
Absolutely.
Hightower, the same thing.
Yep.
Main, you like the little annoying brother. He's like the little annoying brother, but I probably love you like, man, no other. So it's like, you guys just have been very big, bright lights in my life. So y'all help me. So, it is what it is. Now move this shit on, because all this sentimental shit just ain't for me.
you tough ass rock spray motherfucker, like that. You gotta be talking about feelings too much, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, I like that. This ain't how we were supposed to start out. This nigga about to choke up and cry in the beginning. Like, listen, look, come on, man.
Listen, man. Again, you're gonna hear this one sentence a lot from me.
Like, I know I don't miss you niggas that much. That shit, we gotta be this sensitive. But okay.
We're grown men, dog. We're grown men, brother.
This is how men move. Remember me saying that, because you're going to hear it a lot, right? One of the things that every man shouldn't. It's not just about us five, right? We're painting you guys a rosy story, but there are a billion other men circles around the world, and so in those men, masculine hammers and in those kind of circles, right? The one thing, the common denominator of a good circle should be growth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Understand growth.
Yep.
It's not us playing video games. It's not us smoking cigars. It's not us talking about the Patriots. Those are cool. Those common interests.
Yeah.
Real circles are built around the growth, individual growth, and growth of every member in that group.
Yep.
Here's how you know you are in the correct circles, right? You're not the smartest person in the room. And you go around, and you know this because you're talking to somebody, and you say, hey, I got a question for you. I need to learn about this. What can you teach me? And I promise you, I've had that conversation with every person here, right? And that's how I know I'm in the right circles.
Yeah.
Right. So I we're talking about the value of these friendships, us being in our prime and being able to recognize these values. If you don't have growth, if you don't feel yourself being better than you were yesterday in this circle, you need to find a new circle.
Yep.
Right. I know this to be true because long time ago.
Like super long. Super long time ago.
Super long. I was running the streets with Little, right?
And put me in. So all right. So now I gotta get in trouble.
No, you come into. Fuck that. So
now I gotta get in trouble for your shit.
long, right?
Long time ago, little like ancient.
We talked about.
Listen, you know how women get. It could have been 20 years ago. It doesn't matter.
Touche.
So what was
But
talking
Yeah,
about?
touche. Yep.
Good point. Good point.
Sorry. But it was at that time we talked about everything except growth, right?
Yeah.
And so now to look at us now in our prime,
Yep.
and realize that most of the things that we talk about now are growth is a testament to what your circle's supposed to be, right? And so that's so just make sure that growth is part of your circles moving forward.
Yeah. TIP.
Yeah, and just harping off of what Chuck was saying, it is about growth, and iron sharpens iron, right? And at this age, I think it should be almost common sense that it's not about quantity, it's about quality with your friends and your friend groups, right? Mm-hmm. I am blessed to say I have 2 different brotherhoods of friends that push growth in different ways. My guys in what we call the barbershop, our group chat, the guys I grew up with, my brother Jermaine, Lindsay, my brother Will, Val Beats, Ill Neil, DJ Jinx, DJ Q. They pushed me to expand my mind to actually pay attention to politics and shit like that, because Lord knows that's the last thing I want to watch and pay attention to, and finances and all that stuff. Yeah. You guys, without even knowing, have pushed and awoken me to chase a long-time dream of mine. I always wanted to be a producer. I always wanted to be a music producer. Okay. You guys pushed me to look into and explore producing podcasts, so visual and my creative side with like the graphics and all that stuff. Like Maine's like my biggest cheerleader. Like I love Maine's positivity, but sometimes I need a second opinion because Maine will just be like, "Yo, that's dope." So I'm like, I need one more dope because I know Maine's gonna say it's dope. I need one more, and then I bounce ideas back and forth off of Chuck, and then to make sure it's clean, I go through Hightower. And if Little says it's dope, because I know Little very creative and very artistic and fashionable. So he is. If he okays it, I know I'm like, all right, okay. You know what I mean? So you guys push that growth with me. And I think it shows in our graphics, because one of the compliments I got from Coach La when she was on Heart Boxing is she said that our podcast looks like $1 million podcast with our graphics and our visuals and how we're moving. So,
and she's not doing bad herself with all that.
Shout out to
Coach.
Sure.
Matter of fact, she's in the contest right now. Go check her out. Go vote for her. Yeah, let's get it back to #1.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. International.
Wow. I guess that leaves me, huh? Sheesh. I've learned over the years, and this is something Chuck and I used to butt heads a few times over the years, where it's like I have a bunch of friends, but I've learned over the years and through circumstance that you have to put certain people in certain buckets. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everybody can't be everything all the time. You know what I mean? So there was a time not so long ago that I was outside. So there was a group of guys I called when I wanted to go outside. I don't call those guys like that anymore.
Stop calling my phone.
You and I still need to get up and grab dinner, man. You got to stop.
Here we go.
I'm not outside.
But yeah, man, it's like it takes certain life experiences to really understand the value of people around you. You know what I mean? So you like Chuck said, man, growth is, paramount, right? And you don't realize it until you start removing yourself from situations and realizing it's like, man, I don't miss them cats like I thought I would have. You know what I mean? It's all right, well, they serve a purpose. Keep them over there until you need them. But where you need to be is on this side, because this is where the grass is greener. You know what I mean?
Where is that?
It's definitely been, you guys have been instrumental in a lot of things I've been going through. To be honest, I had a rough, what's today? Today's the 7th, 8th? No, today's the 7th.
7th.
Had a rough day on March 1st. And I'm not sure if you guys remember that, but March 1st was the day I pulled you guys aside and we had that talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it brought me back to that moment. And I'm like, man, what would I have done if you guys weren't in my circle? You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely had I don't want to say had a moment, but I did reflect a little bit about that. And, you know, it just goes to show how important you guys are to us, collectively, individually, all of that, man. So to me, you know, who you have around you is a testament to your growth and where you plan to take this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I've had the experience of trying to mix friend groups, only to have some of these guys say, "No, don't bring them around here no more." And that told me all I needed to know. You know what I mean? Going back to not being the smartest in the room, it's like, okay, these guys know what's going on. They see this. I hadn't seen it for myself, but if these guys are saying it, these guys are saying it, other guys are saying it. It's like, you know what? Maybe I've been blinded by, you know, the flashing lights, and I need to like keep some distance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's all about paying attention to who's around you, and yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. Much love.
No, definitely.
Always.
Yeah, same here. Like I said, you know, growth, all that stuff. You know, I can remember having a conversation with Capo about something like a business plan, right? And he was supposed to help me out with it. You know, things are a little foggy. He got busy or whatever the case may be. And I'm not attributing that why it didn't finish on him, but just the spark in that conversation that we had just told me, like, you know what, you know, Capo's busy, got a lot of things going on, but yo, he gave you a blueprint, an idea. Yo, go finish that on your own, right? So I was able to go and finish the business plan on my own, and I sent it to him, and I was like, yo, like, what you think? Like, he was the first person that I hit up when the business plan was finished, because he had been the main one, like, yo, chef, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so just that extra push, that nudge to be like, nah, bro, go finish that. He didn't have to tell me that. Like, it was kind of started, but just the influence of it, you know what I mean, was just like, nah, go finish it. I end up finishing it. And again, he was the first person that I thought of when I finished it, and I sent it to him right away and was just like, yo, what you think? Because your opinion matters, because you were one of the guys, you know what I mean, that was like, yo, go, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So these relationships, again, are super important. I think, again, as I got older, the circles have kind of gotten smaller in terms of like who I reach out to for counsel and stuff like that. It's really only a selective few, because I'm the type of person I don't like to feel like I'm being like a burden or a bother on anyone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to bring my stuff, because I don't know what other people are dealing with too. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely, you know, caused me as I get older to like just cut down on that. Like Payne said, it's quality over quantity. You know, when I was younger, I felt like I needed a bunch of friends, and then as I got older, I realized like, no, that's not really the case. Like, a couple near and dear. It's really like 2 really group chats that I'm in like every day of like real friends. You know what I'm saying? And it's my Sparring Minds brothers, and it's my brothers, my Peaceville brothers that we grew up together and stuff like that. We usually check in on each other on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, like, and I want to spin a little bit. Like, how do you guys feel about like reaching out to people, or are you the type that you wait for people to reach out to you? Because I in twofold, I know I'm a person that I kind of try to do a little bit of both. I like to check in with guys, just hit them up like randomly. I'll hit up High Tower. I remember, especially during this past year, a few times, like, yo, bro, how you doing? Yo, you good? Like, what's going on? You know, just, yo, I'm just checking in on you. That's, I don't want, you even got to respond to me. I'm just checking in on you, seeing how you doing and stuff like that. So how are you guys on that part as far as the reaching out to people, or are you the type to kind of wait for people to reach out to you? You know what I'm saying?
For me, I'm big on reaching out. And I'll do the same exact thing. Joe, just checking in, all good. You know, it's it's never, I don't want to say purposeful, it's not the right word, but like if you cross my mind and I think about you for that moment, I'm like, yo, I ain't heard from that cat in a while. Pick up the phone, do it right then, because if I don't, I'll forget about it. So I'm good for that. I'm sending those texts 3-4 times a day to various people, just be like, yo, I ain't heard from you in a while. I ain't seen or heard. Everything good. Hope all is well.
Yep.
You know, hit me. And sometimes we'll go back and forth, a couple of exchanges, and then that'll be good for a couple of weeks, couple of months. Get right back to it later. But yeah, I'm big on reaching out, man. I want people to know that they're on my mind. Because you never know who needs to be reached out to. You know what I mean? People get quiet for various reasons.
Yeah.
Sometimes that reach out could be, you know, the cog in the wheel to kind of get things going.
Vital. Yeah. Pain.
I'm bad with reaching out, admittedly, but I make sure to make it a point to let all the important people in my circle or circles know that I'm always here. You know what I mean? So, like, if you need to talk to me, like, you need advice, you just need a sounding board. Like, I think almost everyone I know that I'm good friends with knows they can call me for anything. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have to be like for anything material. Just like I said, being a sounding board, or like, yo, I need to go for a ride or something, or like I'm about to come through to the crib or whatever and just kick it. All right, whatever. You know what I mean? So I do definitely need to get better with reaching out. But I'm also not a phone person, admittedly, too. So I'll reach out via text more times than not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But shout out to you, Payne, because the one thing that shout out to the good brother DL. Our good brother DL. That's my guy right there.
Yes,
but shout out to Payne, because the one thing that I love about that Payne does and that he creates is that even if he doesn't, reach out like per se, when you go to Payne's house, right, for like a game night or any type of thing, it's always gonna be an environment of where those kind of conversations will come up throughout the time of a check-in, of a how's everyone doing, kind of stuff like that. Even if you don't do that, shout out to you for creating those environments at your house to allow people.
And he does it so much. He does it so much that it's like him texting you every day, because people just constantly are there, and he's it's just all love. But so yeah, definitely shout out. Definitely.
So I'm obviously, you guys know my personality is kind of big, right? So I'm a reach out type nigga, but it's individual. It's based on the individual. You dig? Because and I'll dive in. So I reach out every day to a select few people, because we may have a journey that's so intertwined, my day doesn't make sense if I don't. Right? It's totally, could be even selfish, really, right? Where I might talk to, and I think there's only 3 people in the world, right, who I literally talk to every day. And if I don't, my wife was like, yo, what the fuck's wrong with you? Something's off with you today. Did you talk to Sammy? No. Call that nigga, because you're pissing me off, right? Like, that's kind of... that kind of... But here's the other part of the coin, and I think it's really important. There are other people, right, in my world who I call randomly Tuesday at 1:00. What you want, nigga? Nothing. Fix the leak, Chuck. What do you need, bro? I'm in the middle of a job right now. Oh no, I was just thinking, like, when the Lakers were in Minnesota, we was dope then too. Yo, Chuck, can I call you back? Oh, okay. Right? That happens, right? Like, that's just so. But it's those relationships. Not that they're any. and this is where this gets dicey, right? Not that they're any less important. That's not how that works. It's just that I don't know if certain people need, want, desire to talk to me every day, right? Some people don't.
Yeah.
Chuck, you a lot. Some people are like that, right? And then there are certain people. I'm not giving you the choice. You talking to me every day. Fuck you, right? So yeah. To answer your question, I'm gonna reach out, Nick, right?
Word.
And a very real world example is like Aunt and Sammy, right? I talk to Aunt every day. Literally, you don't got a choice, dog. Like it is what it is, right? You don't answer the phone, I'm catching a flight, right? That it's one of those things, right? And Sammy was the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Sammy, so I would call Sammy before I call in, right? Now that's how my 8 to 9 a.m. normally went, right? But then in real life, and then this is what we grown men, right?
Yep.
Sammy was like, his world was super busy, right? He had a lot of shit going on, right? And also he had other niggas calling him in the morning too, right? So it's like that to the point where I'm like, damn, I don't want to be a burden to the nigga, right? He was at one point, he was like, yo, nigga, answer the phone call, I'm coming up. He was in that same kind of thing, right? And then I was like, nah, like Chuck, you gotta be a little bit respectful. Like niggas got shit going on in real life. Just because you home, you making pancakes and everything's bubbles and ice cream on your end, that nigga's on the train, you know, he got his lady, he got this going on, he got, you got grandkids, he got shit going on. Maybe talking to me at 8:03 in the morning ain't what's best, right? So I'm gonna reach out, nigga, especially to the cases where I feel like that nigga values me reaching out, right? That nigga, like, it matters to him. You know what I mean? And then for the other cases, hey, we send a text, we chat, we I call randomly. I might tag you in something on Facebook. That might be what that looks like. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's not a measurement of love. It's a measurement more of my need for that type of conversation in those moments.
And see, there was a point too where me and Chuck would talk often in the morning too. But before the show started, right? You couldn't have convinced me that me and Chuck were a lot of like personality wise. But I think
y'all the bullshit people I know.
Hold on. Considering how it was when let's take a backstory to that real quick too. Considering that when Payne came along, I probably say like season 2, into season 1, maybe season 2. Payne came along. I remember bringing Payne's name up, and Chuck was like, "Well, we gotta have a conversation real quick."
Yeah.
Like real talk, but it wasn't. He was just like, "Nah, we gotta have a conversation real quick." And so, I love actually to see that how that relationship has nurtured and developed, and I was like an integral part in that part right there. I love seeing that type of stuff.
Who this nigga from Rip Roll? I don't know them cats from Rip Roll.
I love seeing that.
It was so the conversations I seen where they were going. I'd be in front of people's houses supposed to be changing their meter, and me and him in a conversation for like a half hour. I'm like, yo, I gotta go change this lady's meter, Chuck. I hit you back.
Word.
But nigga, one more thing, Chuck. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Word but I mean, again, it goes to being available for friendship, right? When people need it. There are certain people too in my life, right, who I don't talk to often, right? But their place is secure, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, this guy's like Chef. This guy's like EJ, right? I don't talk to those guys often on the phone, right? Yeah. Like if I do, it's a quick text or it might be a tag on Facebook about something. We chit chat, about a topic, But their place is secured. It's not. This is why it's important to say it's not a measurement of the level of love.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think so long as there's a presence, like as long as you and more importantly, I was just talking about this last night with my wife. As long as everybody on this call and the people in my circles, when you dial my number, I'm here. I answer the line. You see what I'm saying? As long as you know, I'm never that nigga. You see those Facebook jokes, and they be like, "Oh, they'll give you $1 million if you call this person and they don't answer the phone." That ain't me. Cause I answer the phone. Like I'm here for you. You see what I'm saying? And everybody in my circle knows that. You know what I mean? Yo, Chuck, I need to talk about something. Nigga, hit me. I'm right here.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So I think that's it's just a matter of love and being available for people when they need you. That's all.
Absolutely. Little.
Yeah.
Are you a reach out? Are you a reach out kind of person? Actually, no, you are. You are, because you just called me 2 nights ago about something. So yeah.
I reach out when I feel like I reach out when I feel like people may misunderstand certain things, or where people may feel, or where I may feel or assume that they may take things, the wrong way, and I try to correct it.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, the way I kind of grew up and always having to take care of people, I kind of wanted to distance myself. So there's only a certain few people I may call just to make sure that they're good. But for the most part, a lot of people just call me. So it's like a lot of times I'm getting phone calls. Matter of fact, I just got a call just a minute ago. TY. TY call me every morning 6:30 on the dot. It never fails. And when TY called me, it's never, hey, I need this, I need that. It's usually his problems, or just, hey, just check in to see if I'm good and whatnot. And there was a point in time where I was just dealing with too many people calling me in the morning, telling me their issues and stuff like that, where it was kind of like bothering me, because it would make my day go bad the rest of the day, because I'm dealing like I have a thing where I'm just stuck to people. Like if I say y'all are my family, if y'all talk to me, I take everything that y'all say to heart. So y'all problems bother me. And I started to realize that was, a habit, and it was happening every day. I'm listening to everybody's problems, and I got my own on top of that. So it was just like, nah, I don't call people a lot no more, and stuff like that. And so, like I said, when Chuck called me, it, it, it bothered me a little bit, because I felt bad, because I'm like, yeah, he's right, and whatnot. But at the same time, it was just like sometimes I just need my peace, because I got family that aren't all doing well, and I deal with a lot of them day to day. So it's I don't know. I kind of stray away from just calling people a lot. But if I do know that you need it, I'll call you.
Time and place, man. Time and place.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I probably got to get better with picking up the phone and calling. To Payne's point, I'm probably more of a texter, even though I do like to talk. This kind of crazy, but I do find myself like randomly I'll reach out. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously our group chat is like a every morning, like just a check-in. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fellas, what up? Blah, blah, blah. Like, just, you know what I mean? Again, we don't have to talk, all the time again, but I know if I at least send a text message or whatever case, good morning, fellas, how's everything going? Blah, blah, what's good with y'all? It's just really on a check-in just to see how everyone's mental is, how everyone's doing. There's so much like stuff going on in the world. So, in the words of a great man that passed away, Leroy Peoples, check on you.
Yeah.
Check on your peoples. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, I try to live by, with just, again, from a day-to-day basis, making sure that I do check on my peoples, making sure everything is good. Again, whether it's text message or picking up the phone, just making sure, so yeah, it's definitely something that I got to get better as far as picking up the phone, but I'll definitely send a text message just to let my peoples know, what I mean, that I'm thinking about you. I hope all is well. Again, like to Payne's point, I'm always on positive energy for the most part. It's very rare that I'm in one of those moods where my energy is off or anything. It's usually positive, all the time, for the most part. You know what I mean? And I try to be like that. Not saying that I don't have any I try not to have negative thoughts, but again, I'm usually on the positive side, because I'm always trying to look at the brighter side of things. and not hold on and harp on the negativity and stew, in that part. And I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good balance in that, because again, I know if I call everybody who's in this screen right now, everyone for the most part, if they don't pick up, they're going to call me back or they're going to send a text message or something. I know I'll hear back from them because I don't call them often. So if I'm calling them, they know, like, what's going on. You just called me. You know what I'm saying? Little's probably the one I talk to the most actually on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And that's because we got, a bunch of things with Grove Hall that requires us to really, really be on the phone. And he's like, yo, man, and I'm like, oh no, man, listen, I want you to take the lead on this. I want you to do this. Use your creativity right now. This is what we got these network things for. So nah, brother, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the beauty of why the network was kind of created, so that everybody can have their creativity and kind of do their thing and show like who we are. So that's super dope. But yeah, I got to get better with calling people versus shooting messages
I definitely
all the time. I got to get better with that. I mean, guys, we're an hour and 5 minutes into it. I mean, season 11 debut, our prime has got us like going into overtime. You know what I'm saying? But this was a great healthy start to season 11. I'm glad we got a chance to kind of get back in the lab and get back in the mix of things. You know what I mean? We got some great things coming up. I know looking kind of far ahead, but we have our Father's Day thing that's going to be coming up in June. We got our mixer coming back. But I'm truly looking forward to season 11 of our prime, man. I think this is really good. So any parting shots before we get up out of here? Anything guys want to say before we get up out? Let's just kind of wrap it around the room real quick. Yeah, man.
One thing I want to end on, and I was prepared, in getting prepared for tonight's episode, I did a little research, and I wanted to kind of put these out there to see, because when I read through what I was researching, all the boxes checked for a lot of guys that I really rock with, including you guys. And I'll list them out here. Be intentional about reaching out. We just talked about that, right?
Yep.
Create rituals and shared experiences. We've all done it, right? We've taken
all done
trips.
that. Yep.
You know what I mean? We run this show together. You know what I mean? Lead with authenticity. We're all open and honest with each other. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Offer help without expecting it in return. That's another thing we all do really well. You see what I mean?
Yep.
And being present and engaged in conversations. You know what I mean? So like, those are just some of the top 5 things that I thought made sense for the conversation we were having. And when you think back and reflect, it's like, we all do this for one another, and it's super dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Organically too. Like these things are not forced. These are super organic things that happen between us. You know what I mean? Absolutely. T.I. Payne.
I just want to shout out everybody that's been putting in the hard work with the network. That's just another circle in itself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A circle doesn't necessarily have to be all the same gender. It's not all males. We have a bunch of dope females with the Female Frequency podcast, and then we got the little sisters with the Messy Link Up, and we just have like a good group of people that are there and supporting each other like a network is supposed to do. And now we're adding guys to the Turnbuckle Talk thing, and make sure you guys go check that out. Like, subscribe, follow, comment. If you don't know about Golden Age or Golden Era Wrestling, you will learn a lot. And it's a fun show to watch. Like, it's almost like a game, but it's very great talking points.
But we were a little bit too quick because that new heel that just came out, that kind of messed things up.
Yeah, I can imagine what this season's gonna be like.
That new heel.
I can just imagine what this season's gonna be like. Capo.
What's that question?
Got two things as we get ready to get out of it. Well, actually 3. First, appreciate the Sparring Minds listeners. Your continued support. 11 seasons, man. This is crazy. We're back here again doing every year. Every time we post something, you guys are there. You're engaged. Every time we're having a conversation, these main music minutes are going crazy right now. You guys are engaged in those. So salute to all the support that's been given to us over the years. Two things really quickly as we relate to the topic of tonight. And I've been big on this kind of energy for quite some time, but I think it bears putting some words to it now. Value your existing friendships. It's one thing. One of the things that really tightens my jaws is we talk about how everybody can't go. And I think it's your responsibility in your friendship circles to bring people with you, to show them the growth that we've been talking about.
Yep.
Help them grow, right? Because what happens is if you outgrow someone and you leave them behind, they're no longer getting the benefit of the friendship. And as we've talked about tonight, the benefit of the friendship might help you grow. It might turn you that evolution down the line. You may not know it today, right? You may not know it tomorrow, but a year down the line, you're like, yo, this friendship was actually really important to me. And it meant something that didn't just leave me to the side. So value your existing relationship. That's really important. I think I just wanted to make sure I said that because it's really important to the show. I'm just talking about that. And then lastly, to Payne's point, this network, we have a lot of relationships. Obviously, Turnbuckle Talk, Movie Motivated, Growth Hall, all the things that are happening with the notebook. Messy Link Up is near and dear to my heart, as you guys know. And that's going to be with my little sister True. That's hopefully coming soon, and her tag team partner John Asia. Shout out to her. She lost her brother while we were out on the break. And I think, there's no better purpose of friendship than support during hard times.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We just want to shout John Asia, like we know it's difficult. And
condolences.
Yeah, like this podcast stuff, like it's cool, it's fun, like it's dope, but there's real life happening too. Just want to make sure you feel that love from us. I mean, our love over here. I promise anybody who's tuning, anybody who knows us personally, if there's one thing about us, our love is genuine. Like if we say we fuck with you, we love you, like it's the real deal.
Yeah,
we absolutely fuck with you. We love you. Come through that as best you can, and rely on us or rely on your circle as much as you need to get through that. I know it could be a difficult time.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for just, pulling up, watching us, y'all like our extended family. I'm just, like I said, I'm just, happy you guys are good. I'm good over here. Let's keep it going, man. That's it.
Yeah. No, let's just continue to be intentional. Let's continue to just be family. Like I said, through ups, through downs. Like I said, I know one thing's for sure, two things for certain. My brothers are always going to be here for me, regardless of what's going on. So I'm super blessed and grateful for that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more conversations like this throughout the season as we continue to talk about our prime, whether it's the prime of fatherhood, whether it's about financial prime, just all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we have a really good season lined up for you guys. Shout out to our listeners who support not only Sparring Minds, but support Heartboxing, who support Turnbuckle Talk, Grove Hall, who will be supporting Firm Freaks, Messy Link Up, Movie Motivated, hopefully Brown Liquor, hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a lot.
I think as long as, like I said again, the support's there, the support's genuine. I mean, again, I don't think you can lose when you have that type of foundation and setting of friends. You know what I mean? So buckle up. We're in our prime, season 11. It is what it is. And we wouldn't be remiss if we didn't have the mirror time to take us out of here, man. That's usually like the one thing that. So, Brother Little, Pastor Little, can we get that mirror time?
Well, today's mirror time. It goes a long way when you hit up a friend you haven't spoke to in a long time, just to see, how they doing. No favor, no ulterior, motives. Just a quick check in. You know, because it's been a minute. So let's get out there and start hitting up some of these people. You know. Again, thank you, Chuck, because that definitely meant, a whole lot. It definitely meant a whole lot.
Word.
Slow.
Word up. Well, y'all, episode 1 for season 11. Listen, you could have never told me 4 years.
Yes.
You could have never told me 5 years ago that we would be 11 seasons in. If someone would have told me in 2020, in 2025, you guys will be working on 11 seasons and have a network, I would have said, yo, you must be from Mattapan talking crazy like that. You know what I mean?
That's what you niggas, man.
Nah, man, but in true capo fashion, man, it is truly all love. We thank everybody, listeners, everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you know what I mean? Like I said, season 11, it's going to be a lot of grown man bars and grown man activity as far as our conversations that we're going to get into. And, maybe I'll get the memo next week to throw on a tie and look a little more presentable. You know what I'm saying?
Not me. I might go on my Isaiah Thomas jersey just to have a little 11 out there. So,
but you know what it is, man. Sparring Minds, episode 1, season 11 is in the books.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, 7:15 pre-show, 7:30 showtime. We appreciate everybody for rocking out with us, commenting, everything like that, supporting. So make sure you go like, subscribe, everything Sparring Minds Network. We have so much in store for you guys. All right, so we'll see you next week.
Peace. Call me Zeke.